What's going on, guys? Did you hear the clap? Did you hear it? This is the second time I've been making this video. I made it the first time, it sounded fine, but for some reason YouTube is increasing the bass on when I upload stuff. I don't know, so I lowered it. All right, now we should be good. What's going on, you guys? It's Game Man here, coming at you another video. Today we're going to be talking about PlayStation. Normally, you guys know how I do. I don't talk about PlayStation on this channel a whole lot, and the reason I don't is because I know my audience. You know, I know you guys, you want to be kept up to date with Xbox. You don't want to be told about PlayStation a whole lot. But I felt like this particular topic we needed to talk about. What did we need to talk about? You know, through the generation, about halfway through, most of the time, you know, recently we've been getting a mid-gen refresh. But it looks like we're also getting a Slim. Now, this practice isn't something that is new. This has been done pretty much every generation. You know, PS1, PS2, PS3, all the Xboxes. I don't know if GameCube had one. That's the only one I don't know if a GameCube had a mid-gen refresh. Maybe they did something different on the back end of things, but I don't know if they actually had a change of the way it looked aesthetically. So, what am I talking about? PlayStation not only has high rumors that they're going to have a PlayStation 5 Pro, but they're also having a Slim. Now, expectations on the Slim that was just announced. It was just announced. Most of the time you expect a price reduction when it comes to the Slim. And the reason you expect that is because it's no longer taking as much money that was took at the beginning of the generation. So most companies, what they do is they pass on that savings to their customer. So, you know, we don't have to pay X amount of money, so we're going to go ahead and reduce it by this price and pass it on to the customer. Doesn't look like that's happening with the Slim on PlayStation 5. Actually, it looks like they're increasing the actual price of the PlayStation 5 digital edition. So let's pop over here. As you can see, these are the digital editions. There is like a little crease. We did see rumors and leaks of this, but you know, for the most part, people kind of expected this to be it. Now, obviously, there's a new stand. So if you look down here, there's the new PS5 has been reduced in volume to more than 30%, and it weighs 18%, and it's compared 24% to its previous models. I have seen, you know, comparisons to what these consoles look like, the newer ones versus the ones that are currently out in the wild right now, the ones that's in my bedroom. It is sizably smaller. So I got to give PlayStation that, you know, especially when it comes to the physical version. They're pretty bulky. As you can see, they are going to be selling you an additional tray. You know, let's say you don't want to, you know, just jump straight into the physical media. A lot of you, including myself, don't really mess with digital physical media anyway. So what they're going to do is they're going to sell you separate SKUs. That's why they have that little crease, so you could take it on and you can click on the what I think it said is an Ultra HD Blu-ray disc drive. So pretty much you take off the bottom, slap it right on in there, because they're really just initially taking it out, and then you put it on there and you'll be able to play discs on your PlayStation. It's a pretty solid thing that you could do. I have to really give them credit for this. So obviously here's the trailer for it. There's the physical version with the crests, and there's the digital. That's the way you're going to be able to tell these apart, is that crest that's in the middle of it. Well, not in the middle, it's a little bit higher than the middle. This is the biggest portion we're going to talk about here. If you look here, it used to be that the PlayStation 5 digitally in the States was $400, but now it's $450. So we did get a $50 increase on there. Now, like I said, normally you would expect a decrease in the amount of money that's been going on producing these consoles, so you would expect a decrease in the price. But it looks like not only did PlayStation say, no, we ain't doing that, they say, you're going to give us more money. So, you know, it's crazy. PlayStation has increased the prices of their consoles twice, the physical and digital. Now, obviously, the previous increase didn't really evolve on like the US market. It was really just other markets. that the physical went from 500 to 550. As you could see here, it's still that price in other regions, 450. Now I don't know if that's like, conversion rate or currency conversion. To my knowledge, the pound actually is, if not on the same par, a little bit better than the US dollar. I don't know. I don't keep up with that stuff. Put in the comment section below if you guys keep up with that stuff. It's crazy. PlayStation is becoming probably one of the most anti-consumer companies out there. I would say probably you could give a little bit more of that to the Nintendo Switch and Nintendo, because they do crazy stuff all the time. Like, people forget Nintendo, they went out there and they sold you an HD Mario. They said you got 3 months to buy that sucker. If you don't buy it, it's a wrap. It's sad. It's sad because it just shows, I believe they've extended their PlayStation 3 counterparts when it comes to how cocky they're being. Let's keep in mind this year, just this year, 2023. They have increased the prices of their PlayStation Plus. It was like a 30% increase on all the tiers. They gave you one of the most lackluster showcases that we waited for years at this point for. They have replaced their head of PlayStation. They have increased the physical version of the PS5 in multiple regions. Only really the United States, and I think one more region didn't get affected, which to me would build resentment in those other regions. You should have just raised it in America as well. And that's not me wanting them to increase it, but to me, if you're increasing it in these other areas because you feel like you can, because maybe Xbox isn't selling the greatest in those, it's going to make those feel like you don't value them like you value the U.S. market. It's insane. And now they're increasing the digital version in everywhere by $50. It doesn't matter where you live. It's getting increased everywhere. It's just, we got to keep it a buck, guys. They're running the company to their own horn. I feel like they ain't shit we could do about it. For the most part, when it comes to how this works, there's some give and take. When it comes to the media, the influencers, and the companies that make these consoles that we love, there's give and take. We can cover games, we could put pressure on these companies, and they'll reverse policies because they don't want the backlash from a PR standard. But to me, PlayStation is falling in line with Nintendo, that it's like, look, you guys can say what you want. You're still going to show up in that store and buy that Spider-Man 2. We don't care. And I think that's sad, man. That's sad. But it's just like, there is a little bit of a comparison. Xbox just recently had a huge leak. I have a video on the channel. You guys can go look at that. And in that leak, they did show another Xbox Series X version coming out. It's kind of oval. I don't know if that's going to be the overall, console we're going to be buying, but they didn't decrease the price that either. It was $500 for whatever is surpassing the Xbox Series X in terms of, a slim model. It looked like, they kind of made it a little bit more oval instead, but, they're both bad. You should pass on the savings, but at least I see on Xbox's side, they're like, look, we probably saving $50-$60 manufacturing these, maybe 100. So instead of giving you the price, which they should have, they're like, we're going to make the box better. We're going to put Wi-Fi 6 in it. We're going to make the box better. There's a lot of features that was leaked to be in there. And obviously none of that's officially confirmed by Xbox, but Phil Spencer came out and pretty much acknowledged that the leaks in some way, shape, or form are true. It's a horrible, especially if you're on PlayStation, man. That's why I vocalize. You can vote with your wallet. They're eventually going to fill that and they're going to change things. But social media, it's pretty effective and powerful as well. We've made multi-trillion-dollar companies go back on their policies because they didn't like the smoke they were getting on Twitter. Now, obviously, if you go on Twitter and you tag these people, I want you to be very clear. Don't be disrespectful, because then they don't listen to you. I personally feel like a powerful thing is for us, PlayStation community managers, whoever replaces Jim Ryan in the long term of things, gets on social media and they see the overwhelming negativity that's revolving around their brand in terms of this increase in the price range. And I hope that just that alone could potentially get it completely reversed. I don't know. We'll have to see on that though. But anyway, tell me what you guys think in the comment section below. I'm very curious to your guys' opinion. Do you guys care about this increase? I know some of you don't. I'm very curious to hear about it. Apologize again for the audio sound in the last video. This one did sound better. And if you like the video, definitely hit that like button. I make content weekly, so you can subscribe for that content. And until next time, this is Gaming Addict. I'm out of here. Peace. Really, PlayStation? $50?